Head top.
Coming out and supporting us all year long. I haven't been to Louisville very long, but I've been here for 2 years, and all we know is Louisville and Final Fours. So love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pitino and Basketball.
First, I thank you guys for all the love, the care, and support you guys have shown us, all of our teammates. I want to give a special shout out to the girls team. Tremendous job they did this year. I also want to thank the man behind us, Coach P. Great mentor to me, helped me out all these 4 years. It's great. I also want to thank my brothers, my family over here. Without these guys. I'm happy to go out. 4 years for the championship, national championship. When I first committed here, I didn't know how to say it. I said like Louisville. I finally learned how to say it all 4 years, but I just want to say, just go Cards.
I'm going to sneak back up stage here because I know there's one more individual on this team. You'd like to hear from everybody, but I know there's one more we want to hear from. I'm with Kevin Ware.
That's a t-shirt.
So much. You've been all over the place. I'm going to keep it simple. And I just want to start with this, Kevin. How are you? The second question is even simpler. You had an opportunity to address your teammates, your coaches. You've had a chance to address the national media. You've had these phone calls with these amazing people. I want you to have an opportunity now to speak to our fans, because I know that really hasn't been something you've had a chance to do. So I want you to share your thoughts and whatever you think for our fans here in the building.
Without you guys, we wouldn't be in the position we're in now. You know, honestly, it's been a rough year, and we just put in our minds that we're going to win a national championship, and that's what we did. But without you guys, we wouldn't be here. I just want to say thank you. Shout out to the girl making it to the national championship game again. You guys have been amazing. You really kept me in good spirits, and I'm gonna try to get back on the court as quickly as possible for you guys.
There you go, baby. Everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to call your name again. It's going to be a great day.
He seems like such a good dude, man.
One of the great traditions that you get to enjoy when you reach this pinnacle is something we'll see as we get into the fall. I just had somebody tell me in my ear, they want Russ. Congratulations. I'm going to turn the mic over to you. You just tell the fans whatever you want, Russ. Well, you know, whatever you want. I know we're dealing with you. Russ, just share your thoughts with the fans, because obviously they want to hear from you.
I just wanted to say thank you for you guys being with me since the first day I stepped on campus. The first day I stepped here, I stepped foot, I was hurt, and you guys waited patiently with open arms, and I got healthy, and you supported me ever since. And I want to say thank you to all our players who didn't give up on us last year, and we would have had an amazing Final Four. I want to say thanks to the fans who's been with us all this year, who's been with us through the 3-game losing streak, who's been with us through the 5 overtime loss. And as far as myself, I just want to say thank you guys for a tremendous 3 years here. And I'll never forget this place, and I love you guys all.
All right. Before I was so rudely interrupted. Does this mean we're going to go off screen for a little bit? Congratulations. And just like I did with Russ, I'm just going to turn it over to you, give you the floor to tell these fans about your experience winning a national championship this year.
It's like a backbone.
I don't know what to express that. One thing I did feel like I came in a long way. I know a lot of stuff.
With contacts up close, without a camera. See?
Georgia, in Senegal. Is this something you
one
dream
megapixel
of?
brick phone she's got like that.
Like, I think my city, they like 12,000 people. And, you know,
Not bad.
I know.
What? Oh, shit.
I'm really blessed to be a part of this. And, I will never go for this moment. Something real special.
Definitely. Georgia Shed, ladies and gentlemen. Program to go, so if we don't get to it, you let us know at the end, all right? One of the traditions that we'll share in the fall when the season starts up again is to raise a banner into the rafters, celebrating what these two teams have accomplished. But we figured, we got y'all here, why not just have a little sneak peek of what that might be like as the women celebrate as NCAA national runner-up. I think that's going to look awfully good in the rafters. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the women's basketball Cardinals, Jeff Wall. Thank you very much. I'd just first like to thank this group of young ladies that you see over here to my left. It has been a remarkable year, and one that I'll never forget. And I've told all of them that in 10, 15, 20 years, they'll all be able to look back and remember the memories that they've been able to establish here during this run. It is without a doubt one of the most remarkable runs in NCAA tournament women's basketball. We're also here today because we also would like to say congratulations to the men's program because we were following them and cheering them on as loud as we could on Monday night. It was quite a ball game to watch. I'm going to keep this real short, but I can promise you one thing. We're excited and we're honored to have had the opportunity to play for a national championship 2 times in my 6 years here, but that's not our final goal. Our goal is to take one more step and be a national champion, and that's what we plan on doing. Thank you. Just as we did with the women, we will also do so with the men. If you look on the other side, let's take a look at that banner for the 2013 NCAA National Champions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, newly elected to the nation's Basketball Hall of Fame, head coach, Pitino.
I've lost my voice, so if I sound like I'm whispering, it's because I have very little left. Jordan, such a right before the championship game, said, Coach, if we win this tonight, I've got calls from all the late shows, morning shows, you can do whatever you want, they'll fly you free. I said, just fly to New Orleans, I want to see a great basketball. Those of us who follow basketball know that probably The second greatest upset I've ever seen in my life was when Houston snapped that 70-game win streak of UCLA. And I say it's the second. The greatest upset in the history of college basketball is when we beat Baylor. I went home after the 5 overtime loss, and my wife is like a horse trainer. She falls asleep at 7 o'clock. She woke up and said, "How the hell did you lose that game?" I said, "Well, good evening to you also." The next morning when we woke up, she said, "You gonna be all right?" I said, "Yeah, we've got a new set of goals." And I told it to the team that afternoon. I said, "We're gonna win our next 7. We're gonna win the last Big East tournament ever played in Madison Square Garden." Because we have one of the toughest schedules in the nation every year, you're then going to become the #1 of #1 seeds. Then we're going to move on to our second Final Four, only we're not going to cut down the nets along the way, not until we win the national championship. Although they were lofty, demanding goals, the most interesting thing about all of that was, as I watched all 13 of the guys, all they did was just shake their heads yes. There wasn't even a shred of doubt in their minds. They knew they had the character, they knew they had the talent, they knew they had the assistant coaches to get them through some great scouting reports, and without question, they wanted to do it for you, the people who have been behind them from day one. So with back-to-back Big East championships, with back-to-back Final Fours, with a national championship, it's time to celebrate. And if you take after my children, nieces and nephews, you celebrate all night long. So we have, without question, the best athletic director in the land. I'm not sure you know this, but we're currently #1 on that all sports to win that trophy, Capitol Trophy. We're #1 in the nation right now. The biggest upset in bowl history with the Sugar Bowl, kicking it out of Florida. So that's where we are. 4 years ago I said, we need a new brand. I've been here too long. I'm getting stale. I said, we need to really brand ourselves. And we came up with Louisville First. I told our great staff and coaches, I said, guys, let's treat every recruit that we bring in here, he has to realize what he's coming into. We play for the front, not the back. We play for our city, our university, and our family. So now I always preach, Louisville first. Let's live for today. Let's live in the present. But wouldn't it be great if we somehow got back to Dallas next year without I'll end with this. Last night on Bourbon Street, I needed a beer. I was up all night, and we went in this one bar that my daughter told me about. I wanted to rekindle her trip to New Orleans because it was such a memorable trip, she told me, and I went to this place called the Beach Bar. And all of a sudden, our game was on television against the national championship game against Michigan, and I watched, and I was really blown away for the first time of the impact of how good our team was. I don't think it was humanly possible for a young man to play with the desire, the conditioning, and the heart of Peyton Seaman. I didn't think it was with the game somewhat in control, we needed something to get us over the hump. And I never saw 5-6 minutes of play like the Shane Bahanan gave us. When I saw him go up and get fouled, go up and get fouled, go up and get fouled, here I am, a 60-year-old man crying in a bar on Bourbon Street. It was just awesome. On behalf of all of us, the ladies and men, great assistant coaches on both teams who just worked their tails off. I just want to thank you. We represent what we think is the greatest university in America, the finest tradition in all